So hello everybody, welcome back. I hope that you like this video and that you find it helpful somehow. And anyway, so today we are going to do a resetting of this water pump. So several reasons why you turn on the water pump and it will not work. Number one, you want to have this thing, which is like a measuring for the pressure thing. You want to have this properly graduated so that it is the proper amount of pressure for your entire house. In my case, this thing is supposed to be between 40 and 30 or something like this for my entire house, but it doesn't go up. Now, it could be because this thing, which I do not know the name in English, is stuck. And by the way, all of these things, in my case, is dirty because we need a specialist to come and clean it and do all of these things, because it's kind of like when you clean a car in the inside. If you do not know what you're putting out and putting together, and also you're working with electricity, because this thing works with electricity, as you can tell. And so, no, I mean, seriously, if you screw up, then this thing will be damaged on a lot of things. And having somebody that is a specialist in these things is very hard to find. And anyway, then you press it like this several times and it can work. If this thing is stuck and you do it like this, it will probably work. The second reason why this thing will probably not work is because this thing is also not working. At this point, there is a thing that you can press here. See? Sometimes this one is dirty or is stuck, and then if you go like that, you can do it like this. It should, see? You have the sound. So if it sounds like that, it will be probably okay. However, if it is too loose or something, then the water will go through here and it will not go through here, which is supposed to go. So at this point, you might need to replace this thing over here or this entire thing. We have replaced, in several years, we have replaced 3 times this thing in several years. So I don't know what to tell you about the rest. This one we have changed only once. This piece we have never changed. And so then there is another thing. There is a thing up there. That one is supposed to be always locked unless you have the person who is going to clean this thing taking it apart. Very, very, very important. That thing has been changed. We have changed it 2 or 3 times. The reason being, we get it plastic just in case that this thing has too much pressure on it, and then it will not blow up. If it is plastic, it will break, but it will make a noise and something, but it will not be that bad. However, a lot of people will have this one sealed. In the beginning it was sealed, and then this thing almost blew up because of the pressure. And so that thing is kind of like a valve for when you have a pressure cooker thing. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of like that. So that's why we bought it plastic. I recommend that one. However, I'm not an expert or anything like this. This is something that the last technician that we had recommended, getting that thing in plastic, not metal, because of that, because of the pressure and all of these things. However, the one that we have down, and all of the other ones are made of metal. See? So that one, which is the pressure one, we got it plastic. And you also want to have the proper tools to move it in case that there is too much pressure or not enough pressure. And that one is like a wrench so that you can put it together. A lot of people will not get that through a manual thing, which is the one that we got. And most people will get it through a wrench. As in, you put like a screw on it, and then you don't let it up or out or whatever. And so that one is on you, but understand that that one exists over there, because a lot of people don't don't know about that one. And then you want to understand how the pipes work, as in where is the water coming from and why is this thing not working. So at this point you want to understand is the sounds of this thing. Oh, very, very, very important. When you have the water pump, there should be one valve going up, and this thing, never ever under any circumstances you want it to be open, because obviously the water that comes from here will going up like that. However, it can go down and it can make the water pump work. And so this valve is very, very, very important, and it is very, very, very how to put it, very dangerous if you leave it on open. I have told you before that the way to understand this one, which is that we didn't get this type as in the screw one, but we got this type because this way is easier to understand whether it is closed or not. I have mentioned before, the way that you understand whether this is open or closed is at this thing, this level, will go into the same side, into the same flow of the water. So if it is like that, it means it's closed. But if it is open, it will go like this. It should be up, right? Like that. And anyway, it's very, very hard because my mom and I made it very hard so that in case any kid is playing around or teens are playing around, yeah, they will probably not be able to do it as easy. And you want to understand the sounds. So let's turn it on so that you can understand why. Give me a minute because I gotta put power in this thing. Okay, I'm back. So because this thing is outside my house, we have a secondary source for cutting the power of this thing. Because if this thing actually blows up, which by the way, in buildings, this thing can blow up easily because they will call people. They think that you will think that people will know that you're not supposed to mess around with these things unless you are a technician, because you do not understand pressure. And because, like I told you, a lot of people will get this thing, which is metal, and the ones that are in buildings are metal. And because they are metal, they will not release the pressure. And instead, they will blow up. And then you will have this entire thing, like the cylinders, getting against the walls, blowing up the entire floor, and it's a mess, and you can kill people. There have been a lot of people being dead and all of that. However, if it is plastic, then that thing which is plastic, it will probably break or melt, and it's better or whatever, but not a lot of people do that, because if you do that, you can actually create an electrical problem, an electrical fire, and all kinds of things. So it has, everything that you do has advantages and disadvantages. And so understand that one. Now, anyway, like I was saying, it's very important that we have a secondary button to give power to this thing. So even if I was to put it on and off here, if it doesn't have the power coming from inside my house, then no power will come here. So it's very, very important. Have a double thing for the electricity. Especially because let's say that we have a technician here working and for whatever reason there is an accident and there is electricity going on, it's going to be a mess. However, if I can cut the power from another source, which is about, I don't know, let's say 5 meters away from here, and it's inside my house, so it's safer. So it's very, very important that you have that. Double safety for the electricity source. And now that I turn it on, let's see. See, that is a sound that it doesn't have air. Okay, so I turned it off. And what is happening at this point, I understand that it's not this one and it's not that one. It's because inside the water pipes in here, there are supposed to be check valves, as in small, I don't know how to put it, small things that are like this, without this, but it goes like this, and it's for things going up, but they don't go down. So it's kind of like water goes one way, but it doesn't go one way. It's kind of like when you have in your body, you have arteries that go one way, but they don't have the other way. They don't go that like that. So at this point, you turn it off, and you actually open this thing, which is very hard, as you can tell. Okay, so I opened it, and now the reason why it doesn't work is because that check valve is not working anymore, and the water, the check valve that we have is under the water tank over there, and we have not found a technician who can get into the water tank and can actually fix that, because like I said, the water tank that we have is underground, and it has electrical parts on it, and so it's very, very, very hard and difficult to find somebody that can deal with these things, because if you do it wrong, the electricity, if you mess around with the electricity in a water tank that has water on it, yeah. So I was trying to put it up, by the way, that's why also it wasn't working, and then I put it down because I remember my mom putting it down. I don't do this one very often, my mom does, because she likes doing it herself. And so I opened it, and this is how you fix it. You put water here through a lot of pressure, meaning you don't pour water small amount or something like this. So you get the water, and then you don't go kind of like, oh, very small. Nope. You go very, very, very like the water must overfill like that. Several times until you hear a glop. When you hear the glop, that's it. That's it. That was done. So you listen. Now you put it back on like that, closed it, and then the sound will be different. All the air that was sucked up, it is being pushed by the pressure of the water, and now it will start getting here, and it will start getting everywhere. It's about 1 minute or two, and then it will actually start moving here. See? And then it will be done.